Welcome to our Turning Pro Challenge 2020 update. So, this is our very first update, and have to say, this has been long overdue. When I first started this Turning Pro Challenge in February of this year, the idea was that we would go through and do a monthly update here. But as soon as I started the challenge, everything turned around. The world seems to have changed since then, and it seems like such a long time ago, but it was only literally a couple months ago. But since then, our life as we know it has completely changed. I would have never, in my wildest dreams, would have believed that cities like New York or Vegas would ever be shut down. So places that don't even shut down at night at any hours of night would actually close down completely, and the streets would seem like ghost streets. I could not have imagined that, and yet here we are. And in this situation, not only did our lifestyles change, I have to say our trading has changed completely. The market dynamics are completely different now than they were just a couple months ago. So, with that, of course, the trading has been interesting as well. I, of course, have been doing the daily market analysis, so you have been seeing where my thoughts are in regards to that. So, today I thought I would give everyone an update on what's going on with the Turning Pro Challenge, the account, and where I stand with that. I know several people have asked for it, and I just have been a little too consumed with the markets to really do it. So let's take a look. So first of all, I have to say trading has been a little bit more challenging than it was last year or the year before or it was normally, and a lot of that has to do with just the changing markets we are seeing. There's a lot of volatility in the market, and the prices have been going back and forth, and market seems to switch directions on the dime. We see one day we have a risk on environment, another day we have a risk off environment, and we've just been shuttling back and forth. So, in terms of where the account stands right now, let's take a quick peek. So, I'll start off with our spreadsheet that we were looking at. So, initially, the idea was that I would start off with $50,000, and what I was looking for here is to double it by the end of the year. Some people may think that as an aggressive target, other people may think that is not quite sufficient. But if you take a look at a regular rate of return that many hedge fund managers and so forth will get, it's not double. So you can't just give your money to the hedge fund manager and double your and expect them to double your account. So from that perspective, this is an ambitious goal. But we are also day traders, and as a result of that, we can get better returns than what you would see in more of a passive type of investment. So it doesn't matter which way, where it is. This is the target that we have set, and based on the calculations here with the $50,000 account, if you were to double it every year for the 5 years, the end target here, we would have over $1 million by the end of the fifth year. Let's take a look at what do we have in terms of the reality here. Now, first of all, let's go to my account here. So this here is the beginning of my account. As we can see, there were multiple deposits that went in. We're supposed to start with $50,000, but because I had some other obligations at the time, we were looking to purchase a property, and I couldn't touch my accounts because bank needed to check them before they funded the deal. So I started off with 36,000. The idea was that I would top it up once the deal was done. But of course, with the pandemic, that deal got delayed and further, and I never ended up topping up the account. So in February, when I first started this challenge, the account balance was 36,174, and by the end of February, so I funded it into the first half of February, as we can see, And then at the end of February, February 28th, 2020, here, the account balance was at 40,000. So I had made approximately $4,000 about that. So that was the beginning of the challenge. So if you take a look at our spreadsheet here, so the idea was to start off with $50,000, which I did not do. So let's change the numbers here. So based on 36,174.27, the amount that I would need at the end of the year would be 72,000 based on the actual numbers here. And here we see what type of return I need to get every month in order to be able to get to that final amount. So in this case, starting off with $36,000, I basically need about the 2782. So we're looking at about less than 10% a month in order to double the account by the end of the year. So 2780, but the account balance by end of February was 40,815. So my actual was a little bit better than what was expected. Now, we had a great start of the month, but things didn't quite stay there. So if we take a look at the actual numbers here, so today the account balance stands at 51,207. So since February, there is a profit in the account. Now, that does look good. However, I have to say the journey wasn't quite as smooth as I would have liked it to be. There were times when market completely flipped on me and I incurred some large losses. Now, I did have some great winning streaks as well. So it was a bit of a back and forth, just like we have seen in the markets. Prices did turn around quite rapidly, and then they kept on going in weird direction, whichever way they decided to go. So when I first started the account, like I said, the first month was great, and then I took a pound sorry, I took a euro trade, and that trade was the first big loss that I took. I was actually in a euro dollar trade, and if you take a look at the charts here, euro just killed me here. This is where I was shorting the euro. I was looking for euro to drop back down, and then it just took off, and I had to close my trade out over here because it gapped up. So I had to just get out of it as soon as the markets opened. I remember this was a Sunday. Markets opened, and my account was in a big loss because price just gapped up. So I had to close that trade out, and of course it went up another day, and then it dropped all the way down. Now, after taking a big loss, I was in no position to really catch the wave to the downside. The mindset gets completely trashed when you take a big loss. And right at the beginning here, this was literally the beginning of the month. So I had a decent month, and then going into the beginning of the next month, things just completely switched on me. So anyway, after that, I did not take this. But if you take a look at the account, overall, the bottom line is I'm still in the positive. But like I said, it has been an up and down, and it has been an interesting journey. So let's go back to the numbers here. What are we looking at? So this is where I stand currently. At the beginning of, or so I should say, in the middle of February here, we had $36,174. In May here, currently, as of May 15th, it's 51,207 is the actual balance in my account. Now, having said that, the whole truth is that equity in the account is 49,324. So the entire amount here is not the profit. So I do currently have some trades that I'm holding. As I had said, anybody who joins the Turning Pro Challenge with me, they are able to look at my account. I will show my accounts, and I'll show the trades that I have been taking. So as my account stands right now, 51,207.66. That's my balance. Now the equity is a little bit lower here. there were this trade Aussie yen was a mistake. The other ones are okay that I'm holding. I do expect the yen crosses to drop, but this, so I have been making some mistakes. Partly it's my fault for not managing the trades properly. Partly it's just been the markets. It's just been a little bit tough to really trade it properly and to keep the mindset as it is, but we have had some good trades here. So let's go back to the scorecard once again. As I said, the current equity in the account is 49,000. So over the last 2.5 months, so February, March, April, we are in May now. So 2.5, 3 months here, the profit here is 13,000 $150, which is about 36% in terms of the profit percentage. So that's good. At about 6 month marks, I need to be at about 50%. So well on track. Now I will just have to make sure that I stabilize things, not have so much volatility, but the volatility in the market is going to remain. However, now that we know what's going on and how things are, we can stabilize things a little bit better. So I'm going to be working on stabilizing things, making sure I keep my position sizes in check, and I actually take the profits when the market makes them available to me, and not be as not focused too much on really pushing the account, but really managing the downside. And I have to say it has been a challenging because, like I said, market tends to flip back and forth too much. So this is where it is at the moment. I just wanted to come in and do this quick update. As I said, many people have been asking for it, and it has been long overdue. So let's take a look at where the account stands currently. So we are in May 15th. As we can see, this is the account. So currently at $51,207. So overall total amount of profit has been $15,222. So not bad, but definitely now is the time to maintain it and make sure we're making progress, slow and steady progress, as opposed to trying to really kill it in the market. That's not going to be the focus. The focus will be to just do the stuff properly. And the next update I do will do a bit more deep dive on what kind of trades I'm taking and so forth, and where the actual numbers are. I do need to go back and fill in the spreadsheet. I haven't really done that yet. I will be back with another update at the end of the month. So I'll do about one update a month. So that's it for today, you guys. If you are following me in the Turning Pro Challenge, make sure you get back on track. Let's make sure we fill our spreadsheet, and let's make sure that we start doing the actions that we are supposed to do. As you may recall, we have a scorecard and we are supposed to do certain actions every single day. So let's make sure we get back on track now that the novelty of the situation has worn off and we know market is going to be volatile. We have a bit more of an idea of how to trade it. So let's get back on track, and let's make sure we protect our account while we manage the volatility. So I will see you next time. Bye for now.